Art can therefore be interpreted as modeling reality's gendered process, a higher emanation allowing focused self-reflection by existence on its own creative unfolding.
Okay, now I wanted to ask you about that because the way I read this, the first time I read it, I thought, huh, is he talking like you've read Ian McGilchrist?
Yes, yeah,
Okay, so one of the things McGilchrist insists upon is that being, I think he's talking about being, that there is no actual being, it's all becoming, and that the universe is becoming self-reflecting on its existence by its own creative unfolding.
yeah.
And that idea makes me very uncomfortable,
Interesting.
um, because I do believe that there is God, however you're going to define God, that God is outside of time and space and fully complete. That
Yes.
doesn't mean that you can be fully complete and still continue to grow. So, I have no problem with that. But to say that God is not complete yet, um, or that he needs something to be complete, that I would feel very uncomfortable with that. But
Yeah.
when I read this the second time, I thought, oh, I think maybe what he's saying is that through seeing art and experiencing art, or maybe even doing art, that I come into awareness of this higher order emanation that allows me to self reflect on my existence because I am creatively unfolding.
Yes, you are creating unfolding, and then one of the reasons why art can resonate with you and is meaningful in some sort of way is it reflects some underlying metaphysics of, you know, whether it's the existence's creative unfolding or and your creative unfolding, your growth as well. And then the thing on God, which obviously is a very big question. Ian McGilchrist actually articulates his interpretation on it. And are you familiar with the concept of, I think it's panentheism, where,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I feel quite comfortable with panentheism.
yeah, which is not, there's like pantheism, pan-experientialism, and then there's this panentheism, which is the world is a subset of God in a sense. So,
Well,
you know,
I think it's more like pantheism, the whole world would be God.
yes, that's a
Panentheism
Spinoza,
is that
Spinoza
God is
concept.
outside the world, but then also in the world.
Yeah,
And
I think about it like, yeah, it's like God is immanently transcendent and transcendently immanent or something to that
yes,
effect.
transcendence is what you meet when you err. When you come to the limits of your knowledge and you make a mistake because you've gone beyond the limits of your knowledge, that is where you meet transcendence.
Mm.
And that really resonated with me with this whole idea of the boundary between the inside and the outside. And this idea of when you're navigating between order and disorder, and that's the creative zone. So,
I'll have to share my screen because I have the exact I have the same definition